Welcome to Lead Sites Live. My name is Chris. Today we're going to be talking about IDX on your lead site. And where we're starting is just in the IDX app. We're going to go over some templates and some of the settings and SEO settings just to kind of make sure that you guys have a full handle on these. So what I just did is I just changed the template for the page to this one in particular. So this is a really, really cool template. And of course, as you guys know, this is not going to appear on your site. This is just a demo. I like this one because it has that kind of above the break gallery style image section up here. Down beneath that, number of other things. There is a little pop out. Well, actually, because I'm already signed up as a lead, I already have a dashboard set up. But that pop out would, let me actually go ahead and sign out of the IDX dashboard. So that I can show you guys how that functions too. And you'll have to forgive me, this a little bit laggy when we're doing this screen share, so just give me just a moment here. Awesome. So I'm just gonna go ahead and click log me out. This is the IDX dashboard. There we go. And we're going to go back to that Fairway Drive listing. Here we go. So as you can see up, that is populating, kind of asking what you want to do. So and just give it just a moment here to depopulate. The reason that we can't click out of that is because we currently have a setting turned on for forced lead capture. So we have EasyAgentPro lead capture turned on here. Oops. There we go. So as you can see, if you click Ask About This Property, you're going to see this modal come up. And now this is also the modal that is presented when you have the lockdown mode enabled here. So you can have name, email, phone number. You can ask for all this. You also have the option to continue with Facebook or Google if you want to as well. Let's see here. So the lead capture form can also be edited. So if you want to do no social sign-in, you can have it so it's just a form. You can do social sign-in only, so that it will only ask to continue with Facebook or continue with Google. That one's kind of cool. You can do email only, so it only asks for an email address, which is pretty great, or then Facebook or Google only. So you can really customize it for how you want to ask for information from a potential lead. So you can definitely have that set up in whatever way you think is most beneficial for your particular business. Now, so we went ahead, we changed the template, and I'm going to pull this back over here. I really like this template for the individual property pages. You're going to have like your walk score and your school info and all your interior and exterior features down here. Every page is going to have a mortgage calculator on it as well. And then finally, just another one down here. So as we can see, this listing is in the 95682 area code. Automatically at the bottom of each of these pages, you're provided with basically ready to go searches. So you can just search all listings within that area. You can just do any listings over a certain price amount. That's totally just kind of included pro bono at the bottom there. And then it also has similar listings. So this is a more expensive listing. What was it? Yeah, 954. So it also will provide listings that are, kind of in a similar price range in that same area. So that's pretty cool. That's automatically done on each IDX listings page. Now there's a couple other templates that we have here for like our basic and advanced searches. I really like the default template just because it has information about property type, status, min and max price, all that good stuff. But some people really just like that really, very, very simple one. Really depends on what you're going to do. If you think you're getting a lot more mobile traffic than desktop, the simple one is, probably not a bad idea. However, I always kind of default to the default one. You can also change up. So currently we just have one template for search results. Same thing for the property tiles. So that's like how they kind of appear on the home page. So let's go ahead and click that. So as you can see, we have this style kind of with the text down here. If I refresh the home page, I'm going to change that up a little bit. There they are. I think this one's a little bit cleaner, honestly. I kind of like that dark tint with the white text overlay on it. All of the relevant information is right there. I think it looks absolutely fantastic that way. So I'm going to kind of just go ahead and leave that. You can also, so you can print any listing as well into kind of a one sheet sort of thing, which is going to have basically just like the price, thing up there. So like this is good for like flyers and that kind of thing. So you can definitely do that. The open house tool is really great. That's an open house sign-in tool that we have available. We only have one template available that way. And then also the mobile menu. So this is what it's going to look like when it's on iOS or something like that. Open house is really cool. I believe all you do, so say you were representing this listing, and we're just going to scroll all the way to the end here. We're just going to put hashtag open. Actually just add it to a new. It might actually be hashtag open house, so give me just 1 second to get this queued up. Boom, there we go. So it is just hashtag open. So this just generates an automatic page for open house sign-in. What a lot of people do is they'll have this just like on an iPad right in front of their house. So say I did want to sign in here. My apologies, the connection is just running a little bit slow right now. And close out a couple other programs here. Boom, that should work a little bit better now. So we're just going to sign in here, just Chris. And then just Chris at eap.com. And then just, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, oh, actually, yeah, that's right. So it is going to ask for a full last name. So basically, what that is it just kind of makes an open house sign-in page for this that you can use as lead capture, but it also doesn't require you to do anything. So you can just leave this, kind of keyed to a computer or an iPad or something along those lines, and then folks can just use that to sign in for open houses. It's a pretty neat tool in that regard. Let's go ahead and close that. And then what that also does is it captures that info as a new lead. So we only have one template right now, but we're hoping to add more in the future. So that's the various templates that we have that are associated with IDX. And also a cool thing is you can assign a path for that too. So if you want all of your open house signups that come in throughout the day, maybe you got 4 or 5, you can have them put on a specific newsletter or something like that that is associated with that specific listing. So if you go here to SEO settings, we got a couple options. So this is where you can edit the metadata settings for any of these features here. So this is kind of like more of a, I would say, kind of like an advanced user sort of thing, but you can edit the permalinks for, any of these individual things. So if you wanted to edit, instead of it having, say, home for sale details, you could have it just say, for sale or something along those lines. You can edit the metadata for any of these pages. So as you guys might know, having metadata, is really great for, specifically, something along the lines of like, Google searches, SEO, that kind of stuff. So you can just put in short descriptors on each of these pages that are SEO friendly. So these are just all of the various IDX pages that exist too. So what's kind of cool about this is, so evaluation requests, there's a evaluation form you can use, open home search. This is also kind of a list of like IDX provided tools. Oops, there we go. And these might be ones that you don't necessarily know about. So, so on any iHome Finder site, open home search is going to search an upcoming city. And let's see if it works with our demo IDX here. So let's just look for Auburn. Let's search. Yeah, so this is 9 open houses that are coming up this weekend. So you can use the open house search and just kind of have it as a button on your header menu. Pardon me. So that folks can easily just search for open houses. So that's kind of a cool IDX page. You can see all of your pending and sold listings on their own pages here. And then also just other IDX pages as well. So this is where you can edit SEO settings, but also get kind of links to those, like the organizer login, email alerts. That's a super cool tool, and the open house search as well. So email alerts is cool. So if you just pop in /email, so it's like if your URL is buyhousestoday.com, you're at the dog park, you meet somebody, they're like, oh yeah, I'm looking for a realtor, like I'm, kind of looking in this area. What you can do is you can pull up this page on your smartphone very easily and just sign them up for email alerts right away. So let me shrink this. Let me see. Yeah, so that does reflect. So as you can see, this is basically what it's going to look like on a smartphone, a little bit thinner, but you can put in a location. You can put in the price. You can just pop in that person's name and email, and then they're signed up for email alerts automatically. So that's that one kind of cool tool that I always recommend folks check out. And that's really easy to get to. So it's just yoururl.com/email. And the final part of the IDX app that I want to talk about is the settings section here. So there's a lot. So we did talk a little bit about lead capture and other elements like that. The part that I want to talk about is right here. This is the lead capture section where you actually can set to lockdown mode. So recently we launched a timed lockdown. So before that, you could either have it on or off, and then hard or soft. So locked means that if somebody was hit with a modal, which is that little pop-up that we saw before, this little guy, then they would basically have to fill out something here, or else they cannot continue. Soft basically allows you to click outside of that so that you can continue, but you can also elect to show the modal after a certain number of listings. So if you want to have it be that I can view 2 listings, but 4 search pages. That means I can click through a couple search pages, and then I maybe click into some details of some listings. Then I'm presented with that option to then log in. So that's really just great for lead capture. Having it on soft means that, so say I was presented with the modal as a client. I'm like, okay, I don't know. I just want to look at the listings. Leave me alone. It will reassess them again after they reach that number again. So if I looked at 2 listings, I get it. I look at 2 more, I get it again, and so forth and so forth. So it's pretty an effective lead capture tool in that way. It just kind of reminds people to maybe reach out if they need some more information. Now, when somebody does fill out one of these modals, and I'm just going to go ahead and click continue with Facebook just to try that out. Say I saw this. I would like to continue. I'm back here and I'm logged in. So now you're going to see things look a little bit different. So now I have a link to here in addition to being able to kind of check all this out. So I can save these properties as a favorite, and then I can go into my dashboard. Well, it looks like I have to sign in again. And then it's just showing me the modal again. So typically what happens here is that you actually, get to see the listings that you have favorited, etc. I think we're just seeing a little bit of an error here because we're using the demo IDX, which is incomplete IDX data. But basically, what somebody's able to do in that section is they can see their favorited properties, they can see their saved searches, all that good stuff. Other things you can do in the back end here are check out the IDX path. So you can, any lead that's gathered by IDX, you can send down a specific path. We already talked about the display options for the lead capture form. You can set the basic search text that comes up. You can enable infinity scroll, which is pretty cool. So instead of having somebody have to kind of paginate through pages, it just loads them automatically forever. So that's kind of neat. You can turn on similar listings if you want to. This is a good one. Definitely open all your IDX listings in a new tab. If you ever need to refresh your IDX, you can do that here. And finally, for email branding, this is basically the emails that are sent to leads on drips. So you can upload your photo, your logo, a little bit of business information about you so that it has your own custom branding on it. You can also upload custom HTML here for the header and footer if you want to as well, if you're a little bit more advanced. So that's kind of how the specific IDX email branding section looks there. So great. Any questions so far? The IDX app has a lot of options in it now. If you guys have been with us for a little bit, you might not recognize some of these, but there is a lot more that's available. Awesome. So basically from the front end, you can definitely search via city and zip from here. I would recommend adding that open house tool to your buyers section there. It's really easy to do if you just go to, just go ahead and close that. So if we're in the back end here, let's go to apps. And then you go to settings. Then this is where you can actually edit the menu. So definitely use that open house search term. We actually already have it added here for open houses. And then also we have a link here for searching open houses by school district. And that would be like if you had your featured properties set up per school district or something along those lines. Another thing to keep in mind as well is the IDX dashboard. So if you're using iHome Finder, you might not necessarily have to get into this section too much, but basically this is what we call your IDX dashboard. This is where you can create saved searches to manipulate on your account. And let's see if we can actually add them using the demo IDX. Yep, we can. So, we can do one for Auburn. Let's see if we can do Auburn pool homes. Advanced MLS search. Do Auburn, and then pool homes. So you're going to see that I have 216 results for here. If I click pool, I only have 60. So if I save this, we now have a saved search created that's just the Auburn market and just homes that have pools. And you can just go ahead and you can view that page immediately. It's going to be generated as a page on your site right away. Or you can also add it to an Instafarm page. There's a lot of things that you can do. This is a absolutely wild looking house right here. So yeah, there's a number of ways that you can manipulate those saved searches, also known as markets on the back end. In here in listings, if you have any listings associated with your MLS ID, they're going to be available right here. So you can have quick links to them. Also, any listings you may have sold are going to appear here as well. Any leads that are captured by your EasyAgentPro site are going to be found here. We can see that I signed up for updates back in May on this search. So if we go here, we can see when I signed up for update. We can see my saved searches that I have saved right now. I think I'm still getting these. And you can also, you could add me a new saved search if you wanted to. You could log into my property organizer in order to favorite some more properties as well. A lot of different ways you can manipulate that. So So yeah, so definitely don't forget to utilize and access the IDX control panel on the back end. Okay, if we don't have any questions, we are going to go ahead and wrap up. Thank you so much for joining us today, guys. We'll be talking about something super exciting in a couple weeks. We have a bunch of exciting new features that are going to be debuting. I think it's going to be really, really great for you guys' value proposition in business. So be sure to join us in 2 weeks for our next webinar. You'll be getting alerts on that one too. So have a great day and take care.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching this episode of EAP TV. If you want to see more, click the circular EAP logo to the left to subscribe, or you can watch more videos by clicking on the links to the right.